Welcome back to CEO Money. It's Ed Baxter sitting in for Michael Yorba. And we have one of the guys that I think are one of the most disruptive people I've ever talked to. Already interviewed him once at the Bitcoin Ethereum Super Conference, and he's back again, thankfully. Will Lowe, welcome to the show.
What do you say, Ed? How are you?
I can't complain, man. First of all, I want to thank you for joining us again. Second, you've been pretty busy since we last talked, so give us some ideas about we didn't spend a lot of time talking about you last time, so let's give us an update on you, and then give us an update on Timicoin.
So, right now I'm in Vegas at HIMSS. We're just doing some networking over here, setting up the pilots for our technology. And, again, when we're talking about technology, we're talking about the first to market with a working blockchain that's going to offer the portability of health information on a global scale. Over the last couple of weeks, we're just assembling, a top-notch group of advisors to advise us as we, healthcare is, multi-trillion-dollar industry here in the United States and, of course, globally. And so what we're doing is bringing together a group of people, the brightest and best from the startup world, from Silicon Valley to the healthcare space, from the healthcare management side to practicing physicians, so that we can understand all the gravity of what we're getting ready to do, and so that we can prepare to scale the application, prepare to scale the software as well as the blockchain. And having an enterprise blockchain inside of healthcare, we all know blockchain as the underwriter, the underscoring technology of Bitcoin in most cryptocurrencies. But think about it in a portability of health information standpoint, and what that does is it again decentralizes health information, puts it back in the power of the patient, the power of that patient to own their own data. Data is again a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and that's what we're trying to get in the middle of, and at the same time make portability of health information readily accessible to you, me, everybody in the country.
Well, it's been kind of we have two big healthcare people here ourselves today. It's kind of our healthcare day, but that's been kind of a question that's been floating around the room here when we talk about the portability of health information and what was really meant when we saw the medical health records moving. I guess it was probably originally the Obama administration looking to have medical records be digital. Now, why is it taking so long? What is Timicoin going to do to change that, and how important is it to make sure that information is protected?
Okay, so the digital transformation of healthcare, it's a work in progress. I don't know if it seems to work effectively, but then again, you talk to a practicing healthcare provider, and they tell you they become data entry clerks. So what Timi does in a nutshell is it allows for that record to be stored in the chain, granted access. You the patient grant the access to your information, not in reverse. We're trying to diametrically change the thinking, and it's going to be a long haul. But you got to remember all the ransomware attacks, all these, Anthem being attacked with ransomware. That issue of cybersecurity is a big concern. And what blockchain does is it just makes that information basically. It can't be altered, it can't be stolen, it can't be hacked. And again, I think the next generation of healthcare technology should be built on blockchain technology, not, quote, the legacy systems that, we're having all these hacks, all these ransomware attacks. Allscripts a few weeks ago had a ransomware attack. I was sitting down with a friend of mine as a doctor. He tells me that he can't even access his EMR, which is the digital way that health information is done today. And so when he told me that, I felt more emboldened to finish this project and get this blockchain, ready to scale healthcare.
Well, you bring up two questions when you speak about the blockchain and healthcare, and those two are: one, is it HIPAA compliant, and two, why should I participate?
Well, we believe 100% there's HIPAA compliance. We've had many legal experts inside of healthcare look at our system, and they say there's no issue with HIPAA compliance with the system. And, we'll publish those as we move forward with pilots, of course. The legal vetting of the technology was really important to us, again, not because we believe it's HIPAA compliant, but because a legal expert inside of that expertise of law tells us it's HIPAA compliant. So we're not prepared to say who those, but they are the who's who of Silicon Valley on the law side of healthcare, and that's really important to us to get some kind of industry standard there that is a trusted source, with a background in healthcare to give us his legal opinion on that.
Now, you mentioned, obviously, that you covered the HIPAA part there, but you're back to the other thing. You're talking about Timi Wallet, which is part of the technology you have. What is Timi Wallet, and what does it do for those people who participate?
That's the ecosystem for us to monetize our data. In the decentralized economy, the data truly belongs to you. If there was a way for you to receive economic compensation for sharing that data with a clinical research organization, which is directly the underlying technology is intended to do, the first intention is the portability of health records. The intention is interoperability. The third intention is to create, data mining for clinical research organizations to find that information, to find that population pool, to find that, population that would like to participate in a study, but of course they don't, readily see the doctor. But if they have their health information on a blockchain and you're scoring that blockchain looking for certain data parameters, and you find that person, then you can request that person to opt in, or they cannot opt in. So, again, the blockchain allows that to happen in real time, transferring information back and forth, trusted providers, who's accessing that information. It's not, running around in cyberspace where it's being bought and sold.
We'll have about a minute or so left here. I'll leave you with this question. When you think about what you're doing, when the information is, you have the exchange going on, is it blind, or is it something where they know who the actual person's information is, or how do you protect that information, and does it become something that's totally neutral?
No, it's completely blind. So that owner of that data controls the anonymity of the data, controls if they let anyone have access to the data, including their own provider. A great thing is if somebody's traveling, I think we talked about this last time, the travel industry. If you're traveling on vacation, you get on a cruise ship, imagine you have your data with you and you need to see a healthcare provider on your cruise. Well, you just opt that person into the node, and then you simply, at the end of that visit, you simply log that person out of that node, and you truly control who sees your health information, when and where. If there's a modification to that health information, you're notified immediately of that modification from your healthcare provider.
Perfect.
So it's real time.
Well, we're about out of time there. One, again, thank you for joining me twice, and we look forward to talking again for the next big revelation.
Always a pleasure, Ed. Always enjoy talking to you. Look forward to speaking off the radio soon.
Perfect. Thank you. That was Will Lowe, CEO of Timicoin. This section was brought to you by Timicoin Partners. Remember, look for our shows in all your podcast places. We look forward to being back with you tomorrow with more great content.